Hello and welcome to Blackhawk TV's presentation of Baldwin Woodville hosting St. Croix Falls. This is the JV portion of tonight's non-conference action. My name's Jordan Lehman. I'm joined by our famous cameraman Zach Ambrose, and tonight's special guest, head football coach at BW, Dan Kiefer. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, I'm doing great.
It's good to have you. So tonight, like I just mentioned, we're about to open things up with the JV portion. These are going to be, this is a 16-minute halves for JV contests. And following that on this same stream, if you'd like to join us for the varsity portion, we will be right here. But Coach, good to have you. What's it like to be up here and in this role?
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty new to this. This will be the first time I've done a game in my life.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm looking forward to it. This should be fun. I know the kids and I enjoy sports, so this should be a good thing.
Yeah, I'd say that's my favorite. Probably the best part about it for me is, especially last year with COVID, how it was hard to even get in gyms. Is watching kids that like watching the players. And it's a lot of fun to see them compete, especially some of these JV kids, just because they coming from football, quite a few of them. It's fun to see them bring that edge to the court. But yourself, you were a multi-sport athlete in high school at Rice Lake.
Rice Lake High School.
So you played basketball kind of all the way through, along with other sports?
I did. I was a three-sport athlete in high school: football, basketball, and baseball, and loved them all. Loved competing, and we had some pretty good teams back in the day. Rice Lake High School.
Which conference was that in at that time?
We were in the heart of the North.
Okay.
I believe that was number 11, huh? Ness Setterland with the first basket there.
Yep, so St. Croix falls out to a 3-0 lead. For the Hawks, we've got starting shooting the ball right there, Evan Clausen. He's number 11. He's a freshman. Going for the steal there, number 10, Jackson Johansson. That'll be the first foul on the Hawks. Number 12, Ryan Vienendahl. He's a sophomore. Number 14, Reese Guthrie. He is a junior. And number 22, Ethan Ferndenzer. He is a junior. For the St. Croix Falls Saints, number 1 is Tyler Jones. He's a junior. 22, Aiden Mater. He's a sophomore. 34, Evan Gudmundson, a junior. Number 12 is Brandon Wack, and number 24 is Cale Borkert. He's a sophomore. So, just about a minute into play. During JV contests, conversation usually varies. We'll go from the game to maybe previewing the varsity matchup or other things, but
Looks like St. Croix Falls starting out playing a little man-to-man.
Yeah. Hawks JV coached by Bruce Ashland, who you've known for quite a while, Coach.
Coach Ashland, maybe a lot of people wouldn't know, but
2 points for Guthrie.
Bruce Ashland coached me in basketball from 3rd grade as a youth coach up through 9th grade. Bruce was just out of high school, and he was a varsity assistant and freshman coach. And he literally, I lived 15 miles north of Rice Lake, and Bruce would drive me home after practice every night.
Wow.
And there were guys that lived on the south end of Rice Lake, and Bruce would drive us home. So I mean, that gives you a little peek at his dedication, and very helpful.
Right.
And really his intensity is something that I will always remember. He's an intense guy, and I thought he was a great coach. I really did.
Yeah.
I've asked Bruce to coach football on a number of occasions because I just really respected him as a coach, and he's never taken me up on that offer. But I think a lot of coach.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from everybody I've asked and heard stories about Coach Ashland from. And it's been evident this season on this JV squad. They've rattled off a handful of wins in the last month and a half or so. And originally with this group, there was a lot of athletes coming up from their freshman year that hadn't played with the grade above, and Coach Ashland's kind of done the 5-in, 5-out substitution pattern, so kind of running these 5 and then running the next 5 as units, and they've really come into their own. And the number one thing,
nice
dish there to Clausen, so Hawks up 4-3. One thing that I really would commend Coach Ashland is how hard he gets these kids to play. They compete super hard. They play defense at a really high clip, and that's not always easy to do as a coach to get this to actuate their potential, and they certainly are. And freshman Evan Clausen, he's a multi-sport athlete here at BW. I'm not sure what his spring sport is, but he did a really nice job for us on the football field this fall, and he's got a really bright future on the basketball court as well.
Yeah, he is a kid that I think everybody at this school is very excited about. Evan. He's just a good kid beyond being a terrific athlete.
Absolutely.
You can just see how he treats other people and how he interacts with kids. He's a really good kid. Absolutely.
Both you and I had the privilege of coaching his older brother, Hunter.
Yeah.
And through and through, that family's done a really nice job with both Hunter and Evan. And Evan's gotten the opportunity to suit up for a few varsity games. I believe he still suits up, and he's been a JV guy through and through as a freshman, and really elevated his game throughout this season. And he's a good example of, that's a nice shot there. That's number 1, Tyler Jones, so that ties it at 6. He's a good example of kind of the benefits of being a multi-sport athlete and competing with your buddies all year round, I think. And we've got a lot of good examples of that in our school right now, of kids that compete all year round with their friends and work hard with their friends all year round. So it's good to see that.
Yeah, that's a great thing. That's one of the special things about high school athletics. You get to play with your buddies in different sports and connect with some different kids too.
Absolutely. Fern Denzer for 2, so Hawks up by 2. This one kind of back and forth so far. Hawks still rolling with their first 5. Same thing for St. Croix Falls. Now, St. Croix Falls used to be a middle border school, is that correct?
Yeah, it's been, well, actually, I believe they maybe were here when it was the NFL.
Sure.
Northwest Football League. I don't believe, to my knowledge, they've ever been in part of it. Nice shot, Fern Denzer.
Did you coach football here when they were in that NFL, that kind of short-lived league?
I did briefly. I think I did for a couple of years. It's been a while,
Yeah.
When I know a lot of that time, I believe I was coaching at UW River Falls.
Yeah.
I think the bulk of the NFL years, but I think I may have been there for maybe 1 or 2 of them. Or maybe I'm just remembering. I'm not positive.
Yeah, I mean, the only knowledge I have of it, that's going to be the foul, I think, on Vienendal was, I think there was a conference championship plaque. Maybe it's still in the trophy case, maybe it's not. We're going to have 5 subs here for the Hawks. Landon Feedy, that's number 42. 30, Maddox Mahoney. Number 20, Elijah Heimer. Number 33, Tyler Hare. Number 32, tall Brody Paul, in for the Hawks. But there were a couple different, like Unity. Was Unity a part of that group?
Yeah, Unity was in there.
Okay.
And it was a little different mix of teams, obviously.
Yeah.
And I believe Baldwin had quite a lot of success.
Yep.
And I believe that was a football-only configuration, if memory serves me correctly.
And I think for some fans listening, and I would even appreciate your enlightenment on this, but for those curious about how, for football, the conferences have really been shaken up these last couple of years. The middle border really is one of the least affected. Like conferences like Dunn St. Croix, the Clover Belt, they're almost complete. I mean, very, very different, right? And the big rivers, River Falls, going all the way down south. What was the reasoning for that, for maybe those who aren't quite aware?
Well, a lot of it, a lot of these moves were based on, like, there are schools that maybe weren't happy with their situation, and you can petition the WIA to move, but when you move, it might help one team, but it doesn't necessarily help everybody.
Right.
And there's always repercussions. When you move a team, it might be good for them, but the teams they played, now it's a lot tougher. So there was a large reorganization to try to, I think it was driven by football.
Okay.
To try to make the playoff qualifying a bit more equitable. You know, for schools like Rice Lake, for instance, they would play in the Big Rivers, and they were by far the smallest school. And you know, they would have teams that were really, really good, but because they were competing against schools that had, you know, some cases close to twice their size, a difficult thing. So they they reorganized conferences to try to make it within one division. So if you're a Division 4 league like we are, you could play other one away from you basically, but you wouldn't have people in your league have a Division 3 playing a Division 5 is what they were trying to avoid.
Sure.
So it's not perfect, and there has been a lot of change. Of course, football-wise, we're going to have the Rice Lake Warriors are going to join the Middle Border, and that'll be they're a good outfit now. So that'll make our league a very, very tough league even tougher. So,
correct.
But that's a good thing because you know when you got a tough league and you get in the playoffs, you feel like you have a really good chance to advance.
Yeah, I mean, obviously next year the Middle Border will have two programs coming off of Camp Randall visits, which is something to say about the Middle Border, which has built itself up as a conference strong in reputation with football and basketball as well. These last handful of years, St. Croix Central making a trip to the state tournament last season, 2 seasons before that, Prescott, and a title.
And it had been a while, I believe,
Yep.
prior to that for basketball.
Yep.
But you know, I think basketball's getting better in the league. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah, and there were some phenomenal teams over the last handful of years as well. I mean, New Richmond, who no longer is in the conference for any sport, but Joey Kidder, who you coached against and game planned against as a football coach, he was a phenomenal multi-sport athlete for New Richmond and coached against him in basketball and football. But he's doing really good things right now at Bethel. He had 1,000 yards as a freshman football player.
Wow.
Which is just about unheard of.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that.
And he also was a basketball player there as well, along with Gabe Seiler, who, as you know, is a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the kid was an outstanding football player. Boy, was he a good player.
Yeah, I remember listening to defensive meetings.
Yeah.
The week of New Richmond in 2019, and
yep.
He was. I can't remember exactly how you guys handled him, but Austin Hansen was a big part of it, and I believe a safety. Maybe over the top, but it was.
Yeah, we also had Keegan Otzi. We actually started grooming Keegan for that game about 2 or 3 games before it, because the kid was big.
Yep.
And we had a lot of good athletes, but if you have a 6'4" kid and you have a 5'8" trying to cover him, good luck.
Yep.
So Keegan we did some bracket stuff with him where Keegan would mug him at the line. He'd have him if the kid went outside, and then if he broke in, we kind of had a safety that was bracketing to him,
Yep.
And that was quite a challenge because the kidder was a tremendous athlete.
Yeah.
And they're a well-coached team too. No
absolutely.
Doubt.
Good deflection there
nice play by the big man.
Big Tyler Hare got the right side of the offensive line out there right now in Heimer and Hare, and it's been a lot of fun watching them play at work. And there's using all of his frame underneath the basket. It's been really good seeing him this season progress as he, competed on the football field this fall for the first time in a couple of years just due to injury, and now able to compete in a sport I know he loves with his friends. It's been awesome. And, this is only good for his athleticism. I mean, it's a great workout every time you get up and down the floor. So.
Nice steal by Maddox Mahoney.
Hawks up 5. We're about halfway through the first half, like I mentioned earlier. For those joining us now, 16-minute halves for JV games.
Very nice entry pass by Maddox and good finish by Brody Paul.
Yep, tall Paul getting into the action.
That's a good post up, great angle to get it in.
Using some of that God-given height and length that some of these high school athletes here at BW have.
Another nice double team. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Good job.
Heimer and Paul pumped about it. We're going to get a timeout.
Love
or just a sub, sorry, just sub. So we're going to get that 5-out substitution back in the game. Johansson, Vienendahl, Klassen, Ferndenzer, and Guthrie. And right now in the game for the Saints, we have number 4. That's Michael Hale. Number 22 is Aiden Mater. Number 12, Walk. 34, not on the roster right now. That's going to be an offensive foul on Johansson, using some of his strength there, but not quite legally. And then 32, Gudmanson is a junior. So no 34 throughout the St. Croix Falls roster, so I'm not exactly sure who that is, but nonetheless, here we go. We got 7-point lead for the Hawks, over halfway gone. It's a good move.
That was a nice move. Nice block by Paul. Oh no, that was Reese Guthrie. Nice job, Reese.
Yeah, Guthrie's got a lot of athletic ability. He's got length.
He's long.
Really, really good athlete that has a bright future on this basketball program for sure.
No doubt. Nice. Jackson Johansson.
Good anticipation by the sophomore. Top of the key three.
Ferndenzer,
he's feeling it. That gives the Hawks a double-digit lead. He smiles at his buddies on the bench.
That's his spot.
Yeah, absolutely. He
Boom.
just backed up a couple inches and got the three-point shot this time. So the Hawks up 10.
Nice shot. That'd be number 12, Aiden Corey.
Good inside-out action.
Yeah.
Johansson's going to launch. No good.
Oh, nice board by Vienendahl.
Vienendahl's going to take that one away. He's going to go right back up for it.
Yeah. Excellent play.
Yeah, great effort. A couple sophomores on the court right now, and Vienendahl and Johansson played quite a bit of varsity football for you this fall. And that's something to say, especially as sophomores.
Right.
Both of them not overly tall, but just tough, super tough kids that were super coachable as well.
Yeah. Ryan Vienendahl is a really, really good running back. I mean, he has terrific vision. We're very excited about him, and it's hard not to be excited about Jackson. I think, you can watch him as an athlete and just watch him moving and how he competes, and that's really exciting.
Absolutely.
Great group of kids. Fun group to work with, that's for sure. And I've heard the same thing from the basketball coaches. They're enjoying their time. It's a good move.
A tough move there by number 34 for the Saints. That brings the Saints back to within 7. Good positioning there underneath, originally by Ferndenzer, but good defense by St. Croix Falls, and so they'll turn back the other way. Good roll, and another strong move there by 34.
We could use a bucket here.
All by himself.
Yep.
Foul on the recovery there. That's Aiden Mater with the foul, and Guthrie will go to the line to shoot 2. Another thing, I know that you follow the boys, the varsity, as I do, and it's been fun watching some of these juniors come into their own on the varsity floor. I saw Warner had a really nice 18-point game at Prescott and a huge win on Friday. And me and we've known Mason for a while, seen how he competes on the football field. Kind of has that calm demeanor about himself. Not an overly loud player, but he's very, very able. We saw that during the latter half of the season on the football field at quarterback, and it's fun seeing him do that now as a guard under Coach Benoit as well.
Yeah, you can see Mason. You can see the confidence, and he's pretty much an unflappable kid, regardless of the circumstance.
Right.
He's steady, and you really like that leadership component. I believe he makes kids around him more confident, and it's not surprising, but great to see him, having the big games against Prescott. That's obviously a big game, and And that's what you want to see. You want to see your kids all rising up, and they certainly did that. That was a really impressive game they played last Friday.
Absolutely. And it's a testament to, you know, what he's gone through as an athlete, developing as a competitor. I mean, he was put in huge situations as a sophomore.
Oh boy, was he ever.
As a quarterback, and he, you know, whether or not everything went perfect, he was always composed. He was always steady, coachable, number one. But that's a testament to, you know, multi-sport athletes, is that when you get the opportunity to compete in big positions like that, throughout different seasons, that carries over.
It does. All these experience, it's a process, the whole thing. You know, you're competing, and I think that is just, it's such an important thing for kids to go through. You're going to have successes and failures, and you're going to be coached in different ways, and I think every one of those experiences can be really good for you.
Absolutely.
I'd certainly rather have kids playing sports.
It's a good finish there by Jones, and so the Saints have fought back. They were down by 10 just a couple minutes ago, but they've got on a 9-3 run here, back within 4, under 3 to play in this first half. Wiedendahl mid-range jumper, no good, but Clausen, right place, right time, he'll get the board.
Oh.
22 good anticipation there by Mater. He's going to go up for 2 and finish, so we got a 2-point game. We're going to have a timeout by Coach Ashland, just a 30-second timeout. Basketball, a game of runs, and St. Croix Falls made theirs, and Hawks have just about 2.5 minutes to get that lead back to a place that they want. But yeah, and I think at this point, you know, in the high school, there's a lot of three sport athletes, you know, not just multi-sport, but guys that fall, winter, and spring are competing with their friends, which is a huge component. You know, familiarity with your teammates goes a long way, and when you're able to play 3 different sports with them, I know we've seen that pay dividends for athletes, and it also is just a lot more fun.
It is. And, you know, the other thing is there have been a lot of studies done, too, about, you know, injuries, and kids that are multi-sport have fewer injuries. If you play one sport year round, sometimes that can, you know, you run into that.
Right.
You know, not to criticize. I mean, some kids are going to do that, and that's their dream, and you know, you can't tell kids they're wrong. But, you know, for most high school kids, I think it's great for them to play 3.
Mm-hmm.
The more they can play, the better. You got one shot at this darn high school thing, and you might as well make the most of it.
Absolutely. Good defense on this end by the Hawks. They're going to turn around. Mahoney's going to try a 3 from the right wing.
Nice.
That's good. And
That's a big shot.
Mahoney's an athlete that's battled through some injuries in different sports, but has really come into his own this JV season. It's been really fun watching him play. Got a natural athleticism to him, natural talent for basketball.
Got a really nice release on his jump shot.
Absolutely.
I think Big Tyler maybe felt like he blocked that one clean.
Yeah, he's not so sure about that one, but nonetheless, Saints are going to shoot 2. That's Borkert at the line. First one, no good. Second one, good. So Saints within 4. Just about a minute and a half to go. Heimer at the point.
There we go. Got pretty decent spacing. We gotta let's have a hard cut. There you go.
Good effort there by 34. Good save by Paul. Hawks work it
Way
around.
to move the ball. Oh, you had him. Get it there. There you go.
Into the post. Into
Nice job.
Brody Paul.
Yeah, that's right. That's smart. It's good basketball.
Tough move there by Paul.
Yeah.
For 2.
Nice possession.
Pull-up jumper, no good. Hawks are going to get another chance here as Feedy will take it up.
You have 30 seconds. They might want to think about holding up.
Feedy from the corner, no good, but he'll find Mahoney.
All right, we'll take that.
Mahoney, good offensive board, good aggressive put back, and he's going to go to the line for 2. First one rattles in for Mahoney, so in about
There you go.
25 seconds of game time, we're going to have a 10-minute halftime. We will turn the mics off for that and rejoin you in 10 minutes after that. And then this same stream, after the second half of this JV game, we'll have the varsity matchup between the Saints and the Blackhawks, so do stay here for that. Miss on the second free throw from Mahoney, but I believe that's going to go out of bounds on St. Croix Falls, so the Hawks are going to get a chance here once again under the basket on the inbound.
I think our guys were caught by surprise. They didn't realize the ball had been handed to the player by the official.
Good positioning underneath the basket once again by Brody. And
oh, it's pretty quick.
Once again, really good
job
effort
by Maddox.
Mahoney, fighting for the offensive rebound. That's going to give the Hawks a 3rd possession on this trip.
No.
Ill-advised pass there, picked off by the Saints. No call on the shoulder in, so we're going to have under 10 seconds.
We should get a layup here.
Feedy right wing 3, in and out. And that's going to do it for the first half. So 28-21 at the break. Like I mentioned, 10-minute half. We're going to turn the mics off here and join you in a little bit. All right, welcome back. We're about a minute away from half number 2 of this JV matchup between the Blackhawks and the Saints of St. Croix Falls. Hawks up 28-21. After the first half of play, we'll have 16 more minutes of JV action, followed by varsity matchup here right around 7:15 time frame between these two squads. Non-conference matchup tonight. Non-conference tune-up as both these teams kind of go into that final third of the season before playoffs. St. Croix falls out of the Heart of North, which is always a very competitive conference, and then BW out of our own middle border. So about 30 seconds here. My name is Jordan Lehman. Once again, I'm joined by cameraman Zach Ambrose and football coach here at BW, Coach Dan Kiefer. Any takeaways from the first half, Coach?
You know, I think it was a fairly well played first half for the Blackhawks, minus a few sloppy turnovers.
Yep.
I think our athleticism is pretty evident. We often have 5 kids on the floor that really can move their feet and defend, and that you know, you give up 21 points and a half, you're playing some pretty good D.
Right. So we'll have the same starters in the second half as we did in the first for the Hawks. We got Ferndenzer, Clausen, Wienendahl, Johansson, and Guthrie. And for the Saints, number 34, number 22, that's Mater, 1 Jones, 12 Walk, and 24 is Borkert. So similar to their opening 5 as they get things started.
Both 24s are named Borkart. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Our guy and their guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what James Borkart for BW. He's battled through some injuries this season. He's in street clothes tonight, but sharpshooter, dynamic wing for the Hawks, both at the varsity and JV levels this season.
I know he wasn't in school today, so that's
Okay.
you know, that's, who knows.
Saints working around in this possession, taking about a minute off the clock, and they're still looking for their best option.
They're looking, they like to drive. They like putting it on the ground, doing that.
Yep, no good there. Wienendahl with the rebound. He'll get things started for the Hawks. Good feed inside. Ferndenzer takes his time, but falls away from the hoop with that shot and misses short.
Thought he just might have got away with a little shuffle of the feet there, but
Coach Kiefer, do you watch Badger basketball? Do you keep up with?
I love Badger basketball. I very rarely miss any games, to be honest with you.
I was going to say, we got a couple quarterbacks on the team. I don't know if you know, but I'm from lacrosse.
Yeah.
And we joke around a lot about, you know, Johnny Davis,
Yeah.
Kobe King. You know, of course,
Yeah.
Lehman always says I trained him. Which,
Absolutely.
if
Huge
there's
influence.
Yeah. But I was going to ask, you know, kind of the opposite, you coming from the football field to the basketball tonight. Johnny Davis was a phenomenal football player.
Yes, he was.
I want to say he had 6,000 passing yards, couple thousand rushing yards in high school.
Yeah, he's very, very, very
And
good.
you guys scrimmaged them.
We did.
Yeah, twice.
We did. And, you know, they were amazingly talented. You know, obviously Johnny Davis at quarterback was, you know, he's a Division I athlete. And his brother Jordan is too. And Jordan was the receiver. And I remember at the scrimmage, you know, we had a couple foul balls where they you know, they maybe got a little behind us, but I think we were lucky in that they didn't connect on a whole bunch of those.
Yep.
But fortunately for us, as talented as they were at quarterback and receiver, their line did not match that athleticism.
Correct.
And we did have some fairly good success in that scrimmage. And I think our kids are really fired up to play. You know, it's a nice sized school, and you know, that was always a good scrimmage. We went down to West Salem for a handful of years, and always felt like we saw some good teams in lacrosse Central and West Salem, and usually Mauston was the other team there.
Yeah, those were good times. I remember the one season that they was it Ambrose? Was it Terrence Thompson?
Yeah,
Very nice.
Transfer from Logan.
So they had a 6'8" basketball player that came out for football his senior year, and so they split out a 6'8" tight end, and then on next to him was Jordan Davis, and then Johnny's at Q, and Nick Russell and company are looking across the line like,
oh, I remember Nick Russell just asking, what am I supposed to do?
what's the game plan here, guys? And
Nick, you're going to be all right, man.
but you're right.
Cover him.
They competed really well, and the next year, Jordan was injured, I believe, so it was just Johnny, and I don't think they moved the ball at all.
Yeah.
And our had a pretty good team that year for BW, and they did a really nice job. But
yeah.
So a couple straight possessions here with some scoring for both teams. Hawks still up 8, 4 minutes into this second half. Another quarterback that people maybe aren't aware of. Good take there by Johansson.
I thought he got fouled in the face, like he hit him right across the jaw.
Tough take nonetheless, and we're gonna have 5 in, 5 out. Mahoney, Feedy, Paul, Hare, and Heimer back in. But Brad Davison was a very, very good high school quarterback. I believe he was
Maple Grove.
Yeah, Maple Grove, and was something around the likes of Player of the Year in his conference, or maybe even the state. But he was a very good quarterback. Had multiple looks to play college quarterback. Obviously went to the Badgers in his 5th season now, but yeah, very good competitor. I think he's done a really nice job this year as a leader, as a calming presence, ironically, for the Badgers, and just kind of bringing them together and keeping them.
Yeah, he really, I think, has had a knack for like when to shoot. There have been other years where I've been like,
yeah,
what are you shooting for?
Yeah.
And this year it's been like, yeah, that makes sense. And you know, I actually think it's his 6th year because of the COVID thing. I think he got another year, so I believe it is his.
Really?
Actually, I'm almost positive. And that's where he's breaking all kinds of records for most games played.
Yeah.
And and he's obviously a very talented guy.
Yeah.
Plays hard, man.
He does.
Nobody can say he doesn't.
And the Badgers have had a lot of success, obviously dropping a home one to Michigan State, who is also a very good team that's extremely well coached. But Big Ten.
That's a push.
Yep, physical underneath, and Brody Paul's going to finish. They're going to count it, so we're going to have an and one opportunity here for Brody Paul. Those are brought to you here by Packman's Concrete. You can reach Nick Pack at packmansconcrete@gmail.com for all your concrete needs.
Brody Paul's having a nice night tonight. He's finished around the basket. He's played good defense. Impressed with Brody tonight.
Absolutely. You can also reach Nick Pack at 612-804-5222. An excellent hustle there from Brody Paul. He's going to get on the ground and force a held ball.
Love it.
Hawks are going to get possession up 10. Love to see that competitiveness from an athlete that works very, very hard in the off-season for all of his sports and has had to battle here tonight and is.
Nygaard said to turn Coach Kiefer's mic up a little bit.
There you go.
We can do that.
I guess James rolled his ankle, he said, too.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
So Brody Paul, through all of that, will get another chance to shoot free throws. He's going to have 2. First one no good. Hawks up 10.
I think that's the biggest lead of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And make it 11. So
there we go.
Brody with the second of the 2 going in gives the Hawks the biggest lead of the night for either team. As we are over 5 minutes into this second half. Reach there by Paul. It's going to be the Hawks' first team foul of the half. Coach Ashland preaching not to reach. Tempting us as always. Tough turnaround move there by 12. Good rebound though by 24. Gets inside a hair and he's going to shoot free throws. So Borkert's going to go to the free throw line.
I think we were surprised by how quickly 12 came up with that darn thing.
Yes. Yep, that was a springy move.
Lehman, would you say, this has me just thinking with the football talk, with all the basketball you've watched from high school, is Joey Kidder probably well, it's hard to say he's a football player who plays basketball. Who's the best football player who also played basketball? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd say consistently it was probably Joey. Unfortunately, because of Jack Janke's injury this season, not a lot of people have been able to witness just how good of a basketball player he is. But when Jack is right, he's really close. But Joey Kidder was, yeah, it was pretty much impossible to account for on the basketball court, just because he was so much quicker, had such a high motor. Like he averaged a double-double, and also would average a handful of assists. He was just a hugely, and I can't remember defensively for Richmond. Was he a two-way guy? Was he a linebacker?
Yeah, he was a linebacker.
Yep, and he was.
Yeah, he was a pain in the rear there too.
Yeah, I'd say Joey Kidder probably. Kind of rib Prescott a little bit. They probably would have the number one. P.D. Brookshop might have been one of the better football players to play in the middle border if he would have chosen to play, just because of his strength and speed, but he did not play football. Actually, talking to Nygaard, Coach Smith has a pretty good story about that, about kind of how things developed there. And he Matt Smith, who you know well, Coach, and I've gotten to know, over the last handful of years, he's a pillar in Prescott for a long time, and he's coached a lot of different things there, had a lot of influence there for their success. But yeah, interesting story from him. But
yeah, Matt Smith's a good man.
And he's coaching football once again now.
Yeah,
for the Wildcats.
He's coaching at River Falls High School. I'm also going to get a chance to coach with Matt this summer. He's one of the members of the North All-Star staff.
Yep, good take by
which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to maybe just hear stories from that.
Well, that'll be a fun. It's a great week for the kids, and it's a lot of fun for the coaches too. That's a fact. It's a great chance to grow and learn some football from some really good coaches, and it's just a great experience.
Yeah. Have you found out, are you going to be with inside backers or?
I'm coaching defensive line.
D-line?
Mm-hmm. Excited.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Coach some middle border talent.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a couple, I would assume at least one Ellsworth.
I believe there's going to be
D lineman. I mean, I'm sure there's a handful of athletes.
I believe there's three Ellsworth kids.
Okay.
Quaddy, Ashton Quaddy.
Okay.
Obviously a very talented kid. Jack Janke.
Yep.
And Matzik, their defensive end, tight end.
Yep. He was a really good player.
Yes. Nice player.
Yeah, that's one of the best outfits that I've watched. They had a really good season. Almost did the unthinkable down at state against the kind of the Southeast Wisconsin All-Star team in Catholic Memorial.
Yeah.
And but yeah,
it really was an impressive. The whole year by Ellsworth was really good. I mean, they had some super talented kids, but they did a heck of a job. They played hard.
Yep.
And that performance in the state championship was very, very impressive. If it weren't for they actually had a couple special teams mistakes that hurt them.
Right.
Some kick return stuff where they didn't field balls cleanly. But boy, they played some good football.
They did indeed. We're going to have an offensive foul, but the basket will count. That was made before the foul. We're going to have another 5-in, 5-out substitution. Starters back in for the Hawks. So they're up 11 still, just about halfway through this first half. So we're going to have a full timeout from the Saints. But yeah, another year where the middle border represents Division IV at Camp Randall, which is, like you mentioned earlier, only good for the other programs. Because you got to rise up. You can't fall into a conference title in this conference, in this league. So
that's true. It means something.
Yeah, and for as people kind of mingle into the stream, I think looking into next year's football season, there's going to be a lot of different faces in prominent roles throughout different programs. Ellsworth obviously is going to have high turnover. Osceola and Prescott both, those being the top 3 squads in the conference, but there's also going to be a lot of returning from those squads and from others. Obviously, you and I both know that, BW had a lot of younger players play at a high level on the varsity field, but it's going to be another year where it's super competitive. And then you got Rice Lake coming in off of a state title berth. They're going to bring kind of that hard nose, down your throat mindset that they have. And it's going to be a lot of fun to watch and coach.
Yeah, without a doubt, I do certainly look for Rice Lake to be a major factor in the conference race next year and for many years to come. I would expect that they're going to be a team that's going to be consistently near the top of the league.
Right.
You know, they're well coached, and you know, they have an established culture, a good program. Now, of course, cultures change, and sometimes those changes are hopefully for the better, but sometimes they're not. Another team that you know, had a really nice year last year was actually Altoona. Now, they will not be in our league, but
right.
you know, you think about people that are coming back. That's going to be a team that you know, won a playoff game, and I think they'll be a pretty tough team.
Absolutely, they've done a really nice job up there, kind of turning that thing around.
Yep.
And they compete super hard. They've got a running back coming back, or a fullback per se, that as a junior ran super hard, had a lot of yards, and he's going to be a huge presence. Not quite sure which football conference. Is it the Cooley that they fall into, or is it?
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive it's Cooley.
Yeah, so they're going to have another great chance to compete near the top of that conference.
Mm-hmm.
West Salem, another school, they're having a lot of success on the basketball court this winter, and they had a good fall. They competed, honestly, other than Catholic Memorial, maybe one of the better games that Ellsworth saw, and we watched that film, the half that they played against, a little bit more than a half. But West Salem did a really nice job. They're going to bring back a lot.
West Salem will be loaded. They have a lot of kids coming back. I believe they're a junior-dominated bunch, and they're going to bring a lot back.
Yep. Tough take there from Johansson, so the Hawks can go to the line. Saints kind of battled back, only down 7. Johansson will get a chance to kind of pad this Hawks lead. We're about 6.5 minutes to go.
There we go.
It's a good looking stroke from Johansson on the first. On the bench also for the Hawks, unable to play due to injury, Brighton Lochterman, who is a really, really fun kid to coach. You want to talk about work ethic, Brighton's been near the top through the first couple years of his high school career, and has really transformed his kind of athleticism and body, and he's going to recover from his knee injury and hopefully have a chance to compete on both the football field and the basketball court in the next couple seasons. But
yeah, Brighton has a terrific work ethic, and he's a very, very humble kid, and he's a good athlete, and let's get him healthy and give him a chance to get out and compete. It's a tough pill to swallow when you have an injury and you have to miss the time that you do for an ACL injury. But he's sure attacking it the right way. You know, we see him in the weight room every day, and you know, he's always there with his team, and that's what you need to do, which is great.
Right. Nice feed into Clausen. That one finds the back of the rim and just kind of sits.
Nice pass by Ryan Veenendahl.
Absolutely.
Anticipating that cut and putting it right where it had to be.
So the Hawks lead back up to 10. This 2-platoon action from Coach Ashland, very effective. Hawks have led nearly all of this game after an early 3-point lead by the Saints. Hawks have taken control, looking to close it out here in the last 6 or so minutes.
Boy, Evan Clausen is long. He is long. Oh, I don't know.
Yep, he's got real nice athletic frame.
He does. I mean, he you know, I don't know what's his listed height. He's probably what, 6'4"?
Yep, something like that.
I would bet his wingspan, he probably plays more like a 6'6".
Right.
He just looks really long.
Yep, he's gonna be a guy that plays a lot of minutes.
Oh yeah.
For that varsity squad. As soon as next season, I would expect, as the Hawks, who this year have, on the varsity level, for those maybe joining us for that varsity matchup here in about 20-25 minutes, they've won 8 straight and have really put themselves in a really good position in the Middle Border Conference, now in third place at 5-2, or 6-2 rather, in conference, picking up a huge road victory at Prescott last Friday, where they shot unbelievable percentages from the three-point line, from the field, from the free throw line, to earn that victory. And they're gonna have a really good chance to compete for a high seed in the tournament. You know, if Prescott gets knocked off once again and BW runs the table, they're going to have a chance to compete for a title in the Middle Border Conference, which is always coveted. And they're going to have a chance for the next couple of years, I think. You know, we watched a lot of these JV players and some of the juniors and sophomores on that varsity level. They're going to have a real shot to continue to be a prominent force in the Middle Border.
Yeah, they do certainly have a bright future. We have a nice group of athletes.
Good toughness there from Veenendahl, not quite on the reverse layup rather.
Time to get a stop here.
Yep, St. Croix Falls rattled off 4 straight points.
Good board by Guthrie. Nice board.
Veenendahl's going to go for a left-handed layup. No good, too strong on that one. As the ref's kind of letting him play here.
Ooh, we'll take it.
That's going to end up being a traveling violation called on the baseline, so the Hawks are going to get it under the basket. Just under 4.5 to go. Looking to put some nails in the coffin.
There's a big one.
A big part of that. Hawks.
Much needed basket. Let's get a stop now. Let's go. Make them work.
Coach Ashland's going to send in the other 5. Good positioning there from 24. He's going to go for 2, and unfortunately for the Hawks, he's going to get fouled, so he's going to have an and-one opportunity. Good job by Borkert there, muscling through the contact, so he's going to give the chance to pull the Saints within 5. Hawks are going to get 5 in, 5 out, so 5 fresh bodies in. Interesting to see if Coach Ashland rides at this 5 or does kind of a similar substitution in a couple minutes here, but Borkert will shoot 1, and that's good. So
4 minutes.
Yep, 4 minutes, 5-point lead for the Hawks. We'll get a timeout, 30-second timeout by the Saints, and Coach Ashland will meet with his group as well.
No, I've kind of maybe to me it's funny, but Ethan Ferndens, you can tell, is very competitive, loves to play the game, and I think, well, soccer too, is just competitive guy. And I can remember his freshman year was the COVID where spring sports got canceled, and he was just going to do the 800. And I can remember he showed up. I'm pretty sure was he still from basketball? He had the broken collarbone. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know he had a broken collarbone, so he's in kind of the sling. And he's also got jeans on, and he wants to run. And it's winter. I'm like, well, you probably shouldn't, I said, but you know, sometimes with kids, I really didn't think he was going to run, and all of a sudden, I go out and kind of start my run, and I see Ethan out there with a sling on and jeans going for an easy run.
There you go.
Just because I'm sure the kid just wants to do something. I can kind of see it in soccer, and you can see it here. Kid likes to compete. That's hard to coach.
Absolutely. We coaching offensive line for the last handful of years. It's been a privilege to coach one Adam Dodge, and he's arrived a couple football practices in jeans. And
that's a true story.
We just kind of let him roll, and he does not complain for a second. Everybody else is in their athletic shorts, and Dodgers denimed up.
Yep, he'll wear the jeans.
It's funny.
Good board there from Hare. Couple possessions, no score over the last minute or so. So we're about 3 minutes to go. Hawks looking to put this one away. Nice quick move by Paul, but that's going to be short. Straight up defense from the Saints, and they're going to have a chance here. It's going to be called off of BW, I guess, and so that one's going to stay with the Saints. They're going to send in some subs.
You know, talking about Ferndenzer and his, competitiveness, I completely agree that he's a very competitive kid. One thing I like to do on occasion is drop into a high school Phi Ed class and just watch what they're doing. And because you can tell very easily, obviously nobody's keeping score and it's not going in the paper and no one's going to be talking about it outside. But you
Right.
can tell who competes and who wants to play hard. And I would absolutely put Ferndenzer in that group. People who's going to, compete.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter what they're playing. He's going to, if you're playing badminton, he's going to, he's going to try to beat you. And that's a great quality to have. And the more kids that compete, the better. Great pass.
Good find from
Great
Feedy.
pass by Feedy, Landon Feedy. Excellent pass, and again,
Nice
Brody
finish
Paul with
from
a
Brody
great
Paul.
finish.
Absolutely. Tall Paul getting into the mix tonight.
Yeah, he's looked really good. And he's not getting any shorter, I'll tell you that.
No.
I saw him walking down the hall, and I'm like, holy man.
Good hands there
Great
by Feedy.
job, Feedy.
He's going to take that one away.
Nice. Good to see him stepping up. Good choice. Good
Yeah, but the
choice.
Hawks with under
Yeah,
a minute.
you got a minute 48. You got a lead. No rush.
Good kick. Feedy for the dagger. That's going to be off to the left, but who's
Big
there?
Tyler.
Big Tyler, and he'll get it out to
There
Paul.
we go. Easy, boys. You got a 7-point lead. Run a little clock.
Hare with good position. He's going to shoulder in too long. He's not happy about it, but the Hawks hustle back on defense. A minute and a half to go.
Yeah, I'd like to see us hold the ball a little bit there, but
Yeah.
go get it. Dang it.
Borkert with the offensive rebound, and they're going to get another timeout, a full timeout. Minute 12 to go. Hawks up 7, trying to close out this competitive JV matchup. Mentioned a couple times, but I mentioned again, this same stream will have the varsity contest here in about 20 minutes between the Hawks and the Saints. Minute timeout here. Yeah, it was always a struggle for me, especially coming out of Phi Ed, where you play your butt off and then you got, like, I don't know, math next hour and
Yeah.
you're dripping wet, and it's like, how do we do this?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the play 40 minutes of floor hockey and you expect me to
Yep.
try to calm down for Mr. Hush's algebra? It's like, dang.
Yep. Well, Mr. Hush is a professional. I'm sure he can handle it. But
Yeah, those are fun. Those are fun days.
yeah, that's just good clean fun right there.
I remember we would play mat ball for Mr. Klatt religiously, probably once a week, and there was one where I was at second base running to third, and I was watching the ball fly through the air, and twice in the same game I just absolutely laid out this poor girl in our class that was just standing there kind of not paying attention, and it was the same one both times. I felt so bad. Just boom. Anyways, though, Hawks up 7. We got about a minute to go. St. Croix Falls got to make it happen here. They're going to drive and kick. Open three is going to be short. Hawks got to get a rebound. They can't yet. And that one's going to stay with the Saints. So they're going to get another shot. And they're going to call a traveling violation. A little bit of contact there, but deemed legal. And so this one's going to go back to the Hawks. They're going to have opportunity to close this one out. Interesting to see what Coach Ashland wishes them to do. They're going to go right at the rim, and Tall Paul is going to continue his good night at the free throw line.
Another opportunity for Brody.
Yep.
He's had plenty of them, so he should be in the groove.
He's
Sorry.
oh, go for it, Zach.
Oh yeah, another question. Coach Nygaard, he said, ask Coach Kiefer about, and I saw this today, Caleb Williams. Did you hear about that?
I haven't heard anything today.
what-
What's?
what happened?
Wisconsin met up and talked with him.
Oh, yeah. I've heard the rumor that I guess that would be he's a super talented guy. I would think the Wisconsin MO would be to maybe almost like an interview to see how the kid fits.
Yeah.
I don't think it would just be based on the kid's talent. We know he's a talented kid, but he'd also have to be a fit. Not everybody's Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's a guy that came in and just in 1 year just became the leader. He was there he came in June, and by August he was the unquestioned leader of the team, and I think many people remember how fun that year was. So
Absolutely.
But that is exciting news, you know, if Caleb would choose Wisconsin.
So not quite sure what the strategy has been over the last 30 or so seconds. If the Hawks have fired full court passes, launched quick threes, but nonetheless, I think we're gonna shoot the 1-and-1, unless that was just the 6. Okay, that was just the 6. So Hawks with 14 seconds going to inbound it. I would anticipate Coach Ashland maybe doesn't want a quick shot, maybe wants them to hold this one. They're going to go right into the post though, and Big Hair is going to tell me to shut up, and he's going to score for 2. So Hawks up 8, and we got just about 8 seconds left, and I think Hawks are going to close this one out. So last second 3, no good for the Saints. 50-42, the Blackhawks prevail here in the JV contest. Coming up, BW versus St. Croix Falls in a varsity non-conference matchup between the Middle Border Conference and the Heart of North. Hopefully we'll see you in about 15 minutes for that matchup. Thanks for joining us for the JV portion. For Coach Kiefer, cameraman Ambrose, I am Jordan Lehman. We'll see you here soon in a little bit. Hello and welcome to Blackhawk TV's presentation of Baldwin Woodville hosting the St. Croix Falls Saints here at BW High School in Baldwin, Wisconsin. My name's Jordan Lehman. I'm joined by cameraman Zach Ambrose and Coach Dan Kiefer tonight. We're going to have the national anthem here and introductions, and then it's going to be right to basketball here on Blackhawk TV. All right, here we go. So for the Saints, starting for them, they've got number 5, Connor Olson. Looks like he's going to tip. Number 3, Brady Belisle. 0, Dio Oye. 20 is Nolan Imhoff, and number 10 is Miles Wilson. Hawks, number 1 is Colin Fritz. 23, Keegan Opsey. 2, Mason Werner. 34, Eli Coonan, and number 5, the everyday point guard, Cam Thompson. So Hawks with the tip. And once again, my name is Jordan Lehman. I'm joined by Coach Dan Kiefer. Good to have you, Coach Kiefer. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Excited to be here. This should be a good one.
It should be. Hawks work it around. BW 11-3 on the season. They are 6-2 in the middle border, good for third. St. Croix Falls, they're 7-7 overall, 5-6, just under 500 in the heart of North. Hawks go underneath the basket right away. Nothing doing for Coonan.
The Hawks have been playing some really, really good basketball here, obviously with an 8-game winning streak. And it's going to be good to see if we can keep shooting like we have, because I'll tell you what, the last 2 games,
Absolutely.
it has been impressive.
Yep, Hawks shot over 70% from 3 against Prescott on Friday, and a huge road win, the first win in that gymnasium, in fact, for BW, and over 60% from the field. Really good clip from the free throw line, so
Like
really
that-
nice job.
Like that inside-out action, getting it down into Coonan. And, you know, if Eli can't get it off, you get a nice kick, and you got a good chance to knock a 3 down.
Absolutely. Saints did get a quick basket from Olsen, number 5, but Coonan with the answer. 2-2 now. Hawks tying it up.
I'm not positive if St. Croix Falls is going to be able to handle big Eli Coonan down on the block.
Right.
He just looks to be a lot bigger, and that could be a big plus for the Hawks. I would not be shocked to see St. Croix Falls go and play a little zone later in this game, just because of that reason. We'll see.
Oye misses the left-handed layup. Hawks looking to get to Coonan. Nothing doing on that side. Quick feed down to Werner. He had 18 on the road on Friday at Prescott. No good on that shot. Score remains tied.
There's a turnover.
Tough defense once again from Colin Fritz. He's been excellent defender for Coach Benoit this season, forcing a turnover there. Cam Thompson will bring it back up for the Hawks. 16 minutes to go. 18-minute halves for varsity contests in Wisconsin high school basketball. 3 no good from Fritz.
One thing you can say about this this Blackhawk team is they can move their feet, and they're going to play some D.
Absolutely. Good rebound there from Opsy. He averages over 5 a game. Also the leading scorer for the Hawks this year at over 12 a game for Opsy. Cam Thompson from just behind the free throw line, no good. But
there we go.
Coonan under the basket, and he's going to go to the free throw line for 2. BW spread the wealth for the most part on offense this season. A number of players between that 7 to 12 points per game range. Coonan's had some big games. Werner, Opsy's had a couple over 20. First one good for Coonan.
Makes it very tough to defend a team when everybody can score, and that's certainly something that we've seen out of the Hawks throughout the whole season.
Absolutely. It was a question mark going into the season, who would be reliable consistently on offense, and the answer has been a number of different players. Like you said, that makes them very dangerous, especially down the stretch as they play what a lot of people are saying is the best defense in this part of the state. 4-2 early lead. Skip past Belial will rise up for a long 2, no good. Good
Nice
board there
Eli.
by Coonan.
Brady Belial is you know, he's a nice player for St. Croix Falls. He was also the quarterback of their football team, and he led the Saints to level 3. They lost to eventual state champion La Crosse Aquinas. So St. Croix Falls played some darn good football this year too.
Absolutely. Notable contributor to that team as well, number 0 for the Saints at running back, I believe. You said right around 1,800 yards on the ground.
1,800 yards for Dio Oye, which is very impressive, and he's going to play some college football at UW La Crosse.
He'll come away with that loose ball.
And La Crosse had a nice year this year too.
Absolutely. I believe the WIAC was, I know they were in the Final Four at least. Whitewater played in the semifinal.
Right.
And then did they lose to North Central? Was that the?
I believe it. North Central knocked them out this year.
So Hawks force a quick turnover. They're going to get it back, but Oye, he's going to take that one away from Werner using his strength, and the Saints are going to push. Number 10, that's Wilson. The junior is going to go up for 2, and this game is tied just about 4 minutes in.
You got to hope that the Hawks aren't coming off a little emotional letdown after winning a really big game at Prescott, playing a non-conference opponent.
Right.
St. Croix Falls is a pretty good outfit now. You're going to have to show up to beat this team.
Wing
Nice
three
shot.
from Thompson, and you
Nice
asked,
shot.
you mentioned earlier if the Hawks can keep shooting the way they have been, they're going to be a tough out, and that continues the trend from deep. Hawks well over 50% over
Nice
the last
pass
couple
there.
games. Good dish there from Wilson down to Imhoff. So the Saints respond quickly, but the Hawks up 7-6. Looks like senior Caleb Locker is going to go to the scores table. Corner three from Werner.
Boom.
Good. Mason Werner from the corner. He had a huge game, like I mentioned, on Friday against Prescott. He continues his offensive ways with 3 early points.
You know, Mason had a really nice JV basketball season last year where he scored a lot, and that's
Absolutely.
a great thing. You know, you get that, you learn how to score, you know, in games, and we're seeing the fruits of that this year.
100%. Also going to be checking in is going to be 32, Sean Van Someren, the high-flying junior.
And this Blackhawk team does have some really significant depth. We're seeing, you know, both Caleb and Sean Van coming in, and you know, you also have Sam Hush, who's been a really solid contributor as well. That helps a lot this time of the year.
Absolutely. They've got guards, they've got big men, swing men that come off the bench and do a really nice job for BW. And they up 2 rather now. Saints at 8. Couple free throws there by the Saints' leading scorer Olsen. He averages over 15 a game this season. Also leads the team in rebounds at about 11 a game. So Connor Olsen, a name to look out for. Offsey, though, the senior, is going to take it to the rack. He's going to finish for 2 and an opportunity for the and 1. Old-fashioned three-point play. Those at Blackhawk TV are brought to you by Packman's Concrete. You can reach Nick Pack at 612-804-5222 or at packmansconcrete@gmail.com for all your concrete needs. And Offsey with the free throw. Hawks were 18 for 23 from the free throw stripe at Prescott. Shooting 23 free throws is a feat of itself, but making 18 of them a really big part of that win against Prescott. Saints back at it though, down 5. Olsen down the baseline. He's going to go up for a contested 2, and he's going to shoot free throws after that foul.
Olsen's been their leading scorer this year. I believe he's like 15 points a game. They got 3 kids that are averaging over in double digits in Olsen, Schmidt, and Belil.
Yep, and they play in a Heart of North that's always competitive. Like I mentioned, they're 7-7, so they're right around even right now and a little bit under 500 in that conference. But they did beat conference foe the Blackhawks. They beat Osceola, so they have some cross-conference action and have some wins in that department. Other teams, notable teams from the Heart of North coming down the stretch to keep an eye on. Northwestern, who is looking for another Heart of North championship. And the reason I mention that is if the Hawks are able to continue to win games throughout this conference stretch, and potentially that's a deep 3 from Hush, no good. Nice rebound there from Locker. But when it comes to seeding purposes, it'll be interesting to see how things all shake out going into the tournament. All that being said, though, Hawks up 4. We're under 12 to go in the first half. Long 2 from Thompson, no good. Saints with some substitutions as well. Number 2, Oliver Schmidt, he's a senior, is in for the Saints. Also 21, that's Cole Rutledge, he's a senior. Schmidt with the runner, in and out. Oh, but a tough
There we go.
break there. The ball kind of fell through Hush's hands, but eventually he captured it, and the Hawks will get the possession.
I was just thinking it's time to get the big boy back in there. Nice.
Sean Van Someren lethal right around the basket with that turnaround jumper, and he gets 2. Hawks up 15-9. We're going to have a timeout, and I'm going to read from a few of our sponsors here at Blackhawk TV. Precision Excavating Enterprises is a full-service excavating, grading, and trucking contractor located in Baldwin, offering all types of residential and commercial earth-moving, septic systems, demolition, landscaping, driveways, and building sites. Our trucking division offers dump truck, grain hopper, and flatbed hauling services. Sand, gravel, fill delivery, serving the Baldwin and surrounding western Wisconsin areas. Give us a call at 715-760-0768 for free estimates. Firehelm Langer is a CPA firm with offices in Baldwin, Ellsworth, River Falls, and Lake Elmo. For financial protections, payroll services, bookkeeping services, tax preparation, tax planning, and all your accounting tax needs, contact Firehelm Langer. So, Hawks with an early 6-point lead. We're about 7 minutes into this one.
That's a nice move. Very nice move.
Yep, Rutledge with his right hand finishing on the right-hand side.
Nice first step.
And as the Hawks have all season, spreading the wealth so far in this one for their total of 15.
There you got him. Like it.
Corner three, quick trigger there from Locker. No good. Same spot, different player. Hush, no good, but a big rebound.
Nice board.
Offsy, but he'll lose it as he brings it down. Eventually, Belial will get it for the Saints, and Schmidt will walk it up.
You know, our guys look confident stepping into the threes. Now, you're not going to hit, 70% or whatever the number was every night, but you do like to see the confidence that we're seeing from the kids.
Right. Nothing falling right now.
Killing it on the boards.
For Hush and Locker, but they'll get a rebound, but it's going to be a held ball call, and that's going to go back to the Saints as we're under 10 minutes to play in this first half. Looks like Blyle's going to get his first break. Oye back in the game. Also in the game for the Saints, number 4, Adam Wack, or W-A-A-K, doing my best on that pronunciation. He's a junior. Back cut from Schmidt.
Nice backdoor. Cut off well by Locker.
Yeah, Caleb Locker is a testament to
having a really nice year.
Absolutely. He's worked his way through all levels of the program here, C-team through varsity. Worked very hard.
There he goes again, making a play. Nice job knocking that thing out. It's fun to watch the D.
Absolutely. They play extremely hard, active hands. Good positioning inside by Coonan, and he's going to finish for 2.
Good job. They got a problem. The Saints are going to have a problem with him. I'd like to see us continue pounding that thing. I just don't think they can stop him.
Coonan with that natural height and length, paired with his strength. Touch for the basket, tough to defend. Oye's going to get the call there, so he's going to go to the free throw line.
Going to go out on a limb here and say that Oye is very familiar with where the weight room is at St. Croix Falls.
Yeah, I think that's a good bet. He uses his strength there to muscle up through the contact. Good touch on that free throw. Brings the Saints back within 5. And like you mentioned, coming off of a huge emotional win at Prescott, you don't want to let a team hang around, maybe a team that you're more talented than, for too long, because like you mentioned as well, the Saints team is not one to be underestimated. They're still within 5. Once again, going to Coonan.
Yep, keep it working. Nice job by Keegan.
He's going to dish right down to Coonan. Can't finish. Now he can. So they don't have the points totals up on the scoreboard tonight, but he's got a handful of baskets already. Hawks at 19, 7-point lead over halfway through this first half.
Coonan's padding his stats, throwing that thing off the backboard.
Deep 3 from Oye. The running back with a deep 3. Nice touch with the left hand. Saints within 4. And the Hawks will get everyday point guard Cam Thompson back in, but they're going to keep feeding Coonan, and he's going to go right back to that free throw line. So like you predicted, Coach Kiefer, he's a problem for this Saints squad, and he continues to be.
I would not be surprised to see St. Croix Falls try his zone. If this thing opens up a little bit, if he keeps having his way down there, that might be a way for them to try to neutralize Eli.
So Werner is going to join Thompson and give Opsy a break. Second one good for Coonan. So Hawks lead back up to 5. They've led the whole first half.
Oh.
Lapse in communication by the Hawks. Not sure who's guarding who, but they got out of that one
another
live.
board for Coonan.
Yep. Well on his way to a double-double. He averages over 8 boards a game, also in double figures. And we're going to get a full 30-second timeout. Coonan averages over 11 a game. And I'm going to read a couple more ads. 30-second timeout here. Flagship Ford is your source for new and used Ford cars, trucks, SUV, part service, and more in the Baldwin area. Our goal is to provide the best possible service to our customers and make sure your car buying experience is second to none. We are conveniently located at 850 Fern Drive, Baldwin, Wisconsin, 54002. Contact Don Timmerman of Timmerman Realty for all your realty needs. You can reach him by phone at 715-684-9541 or by email at dontimmerman@baldwin-telecom.com. St. Croix Garage Doors provides Western Wisconsin with top quality garage door sales, service, and installation. We proudly serve Baldwin, Woodville, Hudson, Richmond, River Falls, Stillwater, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Give Brian a call today at 715-781-8989 for a quote, install, or service. So the Hawks at 20, St. Croix Falls 15, 5-point lead for BW. About 7:45 to go. Once again, right to Coonan. That one got hung up right around his.
Thought they fouled him there, to be honest with you.
Yep, you might be right. Saints turn and go. That one's going to be called off of the Blackhawks, and we'll stay with the blue. Corner 3, that's number 10, Wilson, no good.
Nice. There we go.
Locker with a nice rebound. Van Someren will sky up, won't make the first, but he'll get fouled as he gets his own rebound. And the height advantage definitely taking a toll for the Saints when it comes to, or disadvantage I should say, when it comes to the boards. Hawks have collected a handful of offensive boards already in this first half, and they continue to. Locker will check out for Offsey. Baseline jumper, Van Someren. It's a shot he likes a lot. A little too deep there. Wilson to Belisle. Acrobatic finish. Pulls the Saints within a possession.
Athletic move there by Belisle. Had a chance to coach Brady's dad, Grant, who's now the head football coach at St. Croix Falls. He was a player at River Falls back in the late 90s.
Okay.
He was a linebacker, so that was a lot of fun. Tough guy, and played a lot of good football.
Olsen back in the game for the Saints. Hawks once again looking to get Coonan going. He'll take a break for a second, let his buddy Van Someren get going underneath the basket. Turnaround jumper, Van Someren. Hawks back up by 5.
Very nice move by Sean.
Wilson on the other end, he's going to take a quick 3. No good. Coach Benoit not going to be happy with.
No, can't give open threes. We dodged a bullet on that one.
So no shot will count. We're going to have an offensive foul that's going to go against Eli. It's going to be his first. Keeping him out of foul trouble will be a key for the Hawks, I'm sure, going forward. So we're about 6:20 to play. St. Croix Falls is kept within reach here, only down 5.
Been a nice flow of the game, though, in terms of officiating. I think these guys are doing a good job.
Good feed from Oye, but no finish there from Imhoff.
Oh.
Coonan somehow finds it. He can't get rid of it. Finally does to Offsey. Warner will get it back at the top of the key.
He just couldn't get it out of there.
Right wing 3, Thompson. He's really been hot the last couple weeks.
It's a great time to be feeling good about your shot, that's for sure.
He was perfect from beyond the 3-point range against Prescott. He hits one there. Belisle will shoot one. He won't hit anything.
Now that's Those are two very tough shots that we forced the Saints into there. That's good, D. Keep that going now.
Hawks up 8, 25-17.
Shoot.
A little too fine on the angle there from Opsy. That'll go out of bounds. Coach Vanoy mentioning they're getting a little bit more physical with Coonan underneath the basket. Kind of some tugging and pushing, and I think that's what he's mentioning. But nonetheless, Hawks up 8, their biggest lead of the evening.
Nice D. Nice on-ball D there.
Yeah, Keegan Opsy, one of the premier defenders in this part of the state. He can shut anybody's water off at will, it seems like. Belial, though, nice move, just short on the layup.
That seems to be the Saints' way of attacking. They want to put it on the ground, put it on the floor, and try to attack the basket.
Good hands there by Olsen to get a piece before Coonan was able to finish. So the Hawks will have it under the basket.
We've done a good job of not fouling them on those drives too, with only 4 fouls at this point.
Thompson near the free throw line, no good. Olsen deep 3, top of the key, long. Schmidt there, he's going to shoot a floater from the free throw line. That's good.
We got to put a body on those guys. When the shot goes up, you can't turn and look at it. You got to get a body on.
Werner is going to take it in, left hand on the right side. Nice finish for the junior. Eight-point lead once again for the Hawks. Good help defense there by Coonan. Him and Opsy will switch back. Good job up in the passing lane by Werner. Something the Hawks do really well, getting aggressive in passing lanes, forcing steals and disruptions.
That's good D right there. Come on.
Oh, and I think Werner wanted to set his buddy Van Somen up for a dunk.
He did.
But we're going to get a quick turnover and lay-in for Belial.
It's a nice defensive play in transition by St. Croix Falls.
Oye loses his feet there. Werner in the corner by himself, can't finish. Coonan's going to go right back to work. He's going to finish for 2. Big night looking for Coonan. He's well on his way. He's had a big first half. I'm assuming 10 or more points already for the big man. Nice defense there from Werner. Nice move from Olsen, no good.
There we go.
And the rebound from Coonan. Fadeaway jumper, baseline, Van Someren. He makes those look easy with his easy lift, and the Hawks up 10, biggest lead of the night with under 3 to go. We're going to get a 30-second timeout from the Saints, and the Hawks with a 10-point lead. I'm going to read an ad here for Blackhawk TV. One of the things that makes life what it is that you never know what might be around the next corner. But whatever life brings, Wisconsin Credit Union will be right there alongside you. Because together, we're not just strong, we're community strong. The philosophy of Wisconsin Credit Union is people helping people, a priority that empowers Wisconsin members and employees to become involved in a variety of worthwhile causes, including Children's Miracle Network campaigns, community food drives, and more. Kindness counts. Pass along your own random act of kindness today. Shout out to Jackie Lehman, my mother. It's her birthday today. Told her I would give her a shout out on the stream. Before we get back to action here, closing out this first half. Hawks up 10. Big night so far from Coonan, the big man. Like you predicted, Coach, they have not had an answer. St. Croix Falls hasn't.
I just feel like our defensive intensity over the last 3-4 minutes has just cranked up, and this is what really makes this team special. Is they can play defense at a level that not everybody can, and they got good depth. So let's keep it going. I'm sure the coaching staff would love to see that. Nice move.
No good on the shot for Opsy. St. Croix Falls will push. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Schmidt, though, will
There
lose
you
it.
go.
And like you mentioned, that tough defensive pressure forces another turnover. Hawks back in possession. Quick sub for the Hawks. We're going to have Caleb Blocker, number 3, entering the game. He'll give Werner a break.
Good patience.
From the free throw line once again, Thompson no good. Perfect from the three-point line. No good yet on 2s for Cam. Olsen takes an extra step though, and that's going to be another quick turnover forced by the D.
We've done a nice job defending Olsen. He hasn't really seemed to gain the flow of the game, and that's what good defense does.
Hawks have held their fair share of prolific scorers under wraps this season. Strenke from Turtle Lake averaged over 20. I don't think he only finished with 7.
Yikes.
Tough take there from Opsy. He loses his headband, and St. Croix Falls is going to go in transition. Good recover there from Hush. Olsen will get under the basket. It's going to be a block called on the ground, so they're going to have it under the basket. Will the Saints. Nobody in the bonus quite yet. Starting off the 8-game winning streak was a win here for the Hawks over Rice Lake. They have son of Coach Orr, a junior Orr, who averages 26. Hawks held him under wraps as well. That's a nice inbounds play leading to an and one opportunity. That's number 20 Imhoff. Saints making a push here late in the half.
Yeah, you hate to give your opponent life, especially right going into halftime. So hopefully we can go answer this.
Unable to finish on the free throw. That'll go out on Olsen. So Hawks maintaining an 8-point lead, looking to make it double digits here.
There you go.
Once again, Coonan will draw a foul under the basket.
Yeah, that's good. You know, Eli's taking his time and, you know, kind of reading it, and he certainly is willing to kick that baby out, and then you can repost it, you know.
Had an early look, and he'll finally get it, but we'll lose it. And Walk is going to be on his way. He'll get it to Belial. Belial will step out of bounds, though. Good effort by the junior, but Hawks will get possession back here with just over 30 seconds to play in the first half.
Gonna hold her for one here, I would think. Whoa.
And a legal screen, unfortunately, violation called on Hush. So with just under 10 seconds to go in this first half, the St. Croix Falls is going to have a chance to take a notch out of this lead. 3 seconds. Belial.
He's going to get
pull
one off.
Back. They're not going to get one off.
I don't think that one was off. No.
That is not going to count either way, but nonetheless, Hawks up by 8, 31-23 after a big first half from Eli Coonan and company. Blackhawk TV, we will join you in about 10 minutes for the second half of this non-conference matchup. Welcome back to Baldwinville High School here for BW hosting St. Croix Falls. After first half where the Hawks held the lead for nearly all of it, if not all of it, they came out of the half with an 8-point lead. St. Croix Falls battled back a little bit. Hawks had that lead up to double figures, but we're about a minute away from the second half. My name is Jordan Lehman, once again joined by the cameraman Ambrose and Coach Kiefer, Dan Kiefer, the head football coach here at BW. Coach Kiefer, takeaways from the first half regarding the Hawks.
Well, I thought we saw very good defense, and that's kind of been Baldwin's calling card under Coach Benoit's tenure. This is not the first time we've seen good defense, and they look good there. And I really thought we did a nice job of exploiting our advantage with Eli Coonan. So I thought those two things were very impressive this first half. So hopefully we can keep this rolling and stretch this baby out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Hawks looking for win number 12 on the season, looking for their best start since the early 2010s. They are in third place in the conference at 6-2 in the middle border. St. Croix Falls 500 overall, right around 500 in their Heart of North Conference. So looking for a big road win here, but the Hawks doing everything they can to prevent that. So we're a couple seconds away here from the second half. See who the Hawks will trot out. Looks like we're going to have same starters for the Hawks: Fritz, Offsey, Coonan, Werner, and Thompson. And for the St. Croix Falls, looks like it's going to be their original starters. So Oye, Belial, Olson, Wilson, and Imhoff. Hawks will get first possession, going from left to right on your screen here. 18 minutes second half. And as you predicted, Coach Kiefer, a little bit of zone look here.
Yeah, I thought that would be coming. When you're shooting a three, that's beautiful.
Cam Thompson cannot miss. Literally hasn't from three in the last 2 games. He's got 9 points, all from the three-point line. Hawks up 11, biggest lead of the game for them. Oye, corner three, no good. Little lack of hustle there on the rebound. Olsen's going to go up toward the basket.
Oh, that's a nice defense right there by Colin Fritz.
Fritz
very good position.
He'll take that one in the chest, trot back with a smile on his face, and Hawks get the possession. Olsen with the steal on the entry pass from Werner. Tough defense on Oye there. St. Croix Falls will swing it around to Belial. Dribble drive technique off of ball screens for the Saints.
Nice rebound.
Oye up toward the basket. He'll dish it to Wilson, who will get fouled on his shot attempt. Good unselfish play there from Oye.
Nice ball movement by St. Croix Falls there. Made the extra pass. We just had a little hesitation.
We're going to get an early sub in for the Hawks, number 32, Sean Van Someren. He will check in for Fritz. Wilson made the first. Second one, no good. But Belial once again with an offensive rebound. Can't quite finish though. Hawks lucky, and Coonan will get the rebound. Good position from Coonan, right wing. Thompson.
He's just on fire.
That's his new reality. That's what he does. He shoots threes and makes threes. That's 4 of them tonight for Cam. 12 points.
St. Croix Falls might say, hey, you know what? We're better off playing a man-to-man, and this Thompson kid, we can't stop him.
Absolutely. Hawks up 13, really growing that lead.
It makes them a tough team to guard.
Nice hesitation move there, Olsen. He'll get toward the rim and will shoot free throws. Second one good. Saints within 12. Back to the man-to-man defense are the Saints. Good hands there. That's Imhoff, and that'll be a turnover forced back to St. Croix Falls.
Oh, there we go.
Errant pass. Olsen on touching it with an over and back violation, so the Hawks will get it under the basket. They're going to stack it right around the elbow.
Ooh.
Late on the inbound. Van Someren not sure what the thought process was there, but no good on the shot. Hawks still up 12.
Boy, they're struggling to get good opportunities. I mean, they want to put it on the ground, a little ball screen here and there, and
ooh, really tough call there. Werner did well to beat his matchup to the spot, but a block called, and Locker is going to give Werner a break. Senior Caleb Locker with really valuable minutes off the bench. He's had a few starts this season as well, done a really nice job. Lob to Olsen, good hands there from Offsey.
There you go. That was a good choice.
Yep. Pump fake,
oh, yeah.
almost finishes unconventional, and one there from Sean, but he's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one good from Van
Nice
Someren.
shot.
Substitution for St. Croix Falls, number 21 Rutledge in the game.
Certainly excited about Sean Van. Looking forward to next football season.
Absolutely.
He's a matchup problem for a lot of people.
Yep, he had a hot start this season with some acrobatic touchdown receptions early in the year, notably at Gay Electric Tremplow right before the end of the first half.
It's a big play. A great hustle. Love to see these guys getting on the ground.
Good hustle by Offsey. That'll flip the possession arrow. Stays with the Saints for now, but gets the possession arrow back to the Hawks. Kunin's going to take a break. Fritz, starter, back in for the Hawks.
Really like the defensive effort we've seen from the Hawks.
Absolutely. Van Someren will swat that one away. He battled through injury during the latter half of the football season and rehabbed hard to get back to full strength for Coach Benoit, and has had a very productive basketball season so far. Olsen definitely trying to get more involved this second
nice
half.
move there.
He will. That'll use a little bit of English to get that one to roll over the rim, putting a dent in this Hawks double-digit lead. 4 minutes gone already in the second half. Van Someren in the lane. Offsey skies in, he'll disrupt it.
That's just playing physical.
And Offsey can't get a break. He'll laugh that one off, but the possession will stay with the Hawks as St. Croix Falls. Schmidt, number 2 in the game. Good hands from Belial defending the inbound, but Hawks will retain possession.
There we go. Ooh.
Lob into Van Someren. He can't quite collect it. Was looking for the two-handed jam.
It was a good idea. We just didn't quite have the pass.
Schmidt misses the layup the other way. Hawks back at it. Baseline jumper for Van Someren, no good. Schmidt corner 3, no good.
I thought that was off blue. And the official looked to the other officials for some help, and there was nobody who wanted to step up and say they saw different, so.
Sure. Ooh, Belial.
Oh, no.
Oh. So Fritz took one in the chest there, had position, but it was called a block. With his 4th foul, he will return to the bench. Coach Benoit, I'm sure, telling him that was a wonderful job.
That was a good job. That was, you know, hey, these officials have done a great job. Nobody's perfect, but I'd have to say that one was a missed call.
So Belial is going to take his opportunity to shoot a couple free throws. First one good for the junior, Brady Belial. Tough breaks tonight for the sophomore Fritz, but he's a mentally tough kid. He'll be ready to compete whenever Coach Benoit needs him later. Obviously, with 4 fouls, got to be smart. Both those good for Belial, so the lead back to 10 for BW.
Good time to get a hoop.
Quick jump hook shot there by Van Someren. He'll get it back though. Locker didn't quite see the defense. Van Someren gets it back and he'll shoot it again. So when it comes to shot attempts, I think Sean Van right up there in the second half.
Sean Van's got 10.
That one will go. Hawks lead back up to 12.
Good D.
Good D on the back cut. Hush tripped up on his way down the court. That's going to be a foul on 21. That's Rutledge.
Boy, Sam Hush really did a great job for us in football this year. Kid played a great cornerback for us, and he also ran our jet sweep very well.
Absolutely.
Fast kid, real hard worker. Really enjoyed working with him.
Yeah, he earned everything he
did.
He got. Tough player.
Great to see his confidence too.
Absolutely.
Just explode as he every game you could see him getting better.
And Blackhawk fans, don't forget that last name, because Colton Hush, he's a sophomore wrestler, but he's going to be making a name for himself, I'm sure, on the football field next couple of years.
Yeah, we're excited about Colton. Like his older brother, he's going to be a big part of running that jet. He's really good at it, and he had a lot of JV games, Colton, this year, where I felt like he was one of the best players on the field.
Absolutely.
Felt that way more than once watching our kids perform. So he's got a very bright future. And, you know, obviously Colton's a fantastic wrestler.
Yeah, state qualifier as a freshman.
3rd place in the state.
So a podium.
Looking to build on that.
Absolutely. So the Saints will get a point back on that possession. Hawks lead remains in double digits, 43-31. 1/3 of the way through this second half. Coonan back in the game for BW along with Werner.
There you go.
Good vision there from Coonan. Not forcing anything. Hawks continue to work. Little flex look from BW.
Patient possession here. Okay. Falls is back into the man-to-man.
Ball screen, rare look for the Hawks. Nothing there on the roll. Belial's going to get it in the break. He's going to go up for 2, can't finish. Lucky bounce there for BW. Foul on Locker.
Yeah, this is kind of a critical juncture in the game. I think it's time for us to open this thing up. We don't want to let St. Croix Falls hang around.
Earlier in the season, after having a 20-point first half lead over Somerset, Hawks learned the difficult way, not the most difficult way. They didn't lose the game, but almost let that one get away from them as Somerset made that 20-point lead evaporate. Learned a critical lesson that night. You can't take the foot off the gas. Like you mentioned, this is just about the time.
It feels like the time for us to crank this thing up. It's time to do it.
Good find there.
Finish
Can't
it.
quite finish.
There you go.
Coonan will. Eli Coonan. 2 more for the big man. Hawks up 13. Good find
Nice
there
move
from Belisle. Belisle really assertive, distributing the ball, getting offensive rebounds. He's been a really impressive
He's a nice player. Moves well. Yep. That's
Good
nice.
find, and that's an easy 2 for the big man, Coonan.
Nice poise by Mason, letting him come open and putting it right where he needed to.
Good recovery there from Coonan defensively. He's got 15 points. I'm sure he's close to a double-double, if not there already. Hawks up 13. Away from the ball, we're going to have a foul on number 5. I believe that was on Olson.
I didn't see that. Must have been a hold.
We're going to have a timeout here as both teams will take a seat. I'm going to read a couple of advertisements for Blackhawk TV. Nielsen's Foods has been serving communities since 1903. They offer full-service caribou coffee, bakery, deli, and meat departments. They pride themselves with their award-winning Nielsen's Market Meats and friendly staff. Nielsen's vision is to build a strong family of customers and employees by delivering superior service to our customers, offering employee growth opportunities, reinvesting in our stores, and serving in our communities. Nielsen's Foods wishes Baldwin Woodville schools and athletics the best in their achievement towards excellence. A-Star Concrete Pumping Incorporated is proud to be a family owned and operated in Wisconsin. We pride ourselves on maintaining a high quality, unique fleet and very knowledgeable staff to complete all projects. From smaller residential projects to large scale commercial enterprises, A-Star Concrete Pumping has the equipment, staff, and experience to handle all your concrete needs. Contact them at 715-246-3920. CW Garage Doors, your go-to source for the wholesale distribution of high-quality residential and commercial garage doors and their related parts and options. For more information on CW Garage Door Distribution Incorporated, please contact them at 877-684-5125. So Hawks gonna have a 4 across the free throw line inbounds look. Up 13, just about 10 minutes to play.
Are we going to get a little 3
half.
attempt? Oh.
Happy to just get it in and start working through the offense are the Hawks. Once again,
Beautiful.
getting into Coonan. Left hand up and in. Using that touch and strength around the rim.
Beast mode. That kid is on fire right now.
Big night for the big man. Talking about multi-sport athletes throughout the BW program, Coonan really came on later in the latter half of the football season as a real leader on that D line, making huge plays for you on the football field.
Big time. He's a great teammate. Kids like him because he's a hard worker, cares about the team. Awesome kid.
Filling it up here for BW. It's been his half. He's got 19 now, and we're going to get another timeout.
Yeah, that's the run we were talking about, right?
Right.
About a minute ago, I think it was a 10-point game, and now it looks a lot better.
17-point lead, just about 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, Eli was an all-conference defensive lineman this year, and you know, we're clearly excited about him too. He's got such a great great frame, you know, and not that many kids that are blessed with that size can move their feet like he can.
Correct.
And he can catch the ball too. We like him as a tight end, and he's definitely a great piece of our future at Baldwin Woodville football, no doubt.
Absolutely. Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or cars, we can still prepare. Introducing the damage doesn't have to be too damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. For details, contact Agent Justin Nygaard. Call 715-684-2919 or stop by 775 Main Street in Baldwin today. BW Girls Hoops in Somerset tonight. Score at halftime I know is 25-all. Always tough playing on the road in the middle border. BW girls in the top half of the middle border this season, 12-4 overall. Have a couple conference losses, but still in the hunt for that NBC title.
Yeah, they're having a really nice season as well. Lots of positives going on here at Baldwin Woodville. Hockey team's having a good year. The wrestlers are obviously having a terrific year as well. Love to see it.
Three right wing. That was Imhoff. Hawks lead at 15 now. St. Croix Falls still looking for an answer for Coonan underneath. Good
nice
take there from
Sean
Thompson.
Van.
Van Someren, he's in double digits tonight there for
Sean
the putback.
Van's up to a dozen.
So the big man for BW, Coonan and Van Someren, making their presence felt tonight against St. Croix Falls. Already in the bonus are the Saints, so they're going to shoot free throws. It's an issue the Hawks haven't ran into much this season, but fouls coming quickly this second half. Wilson will shoot the 1-1.
Board for Keegan. There you go.
A little too greedy there by Coonan.
He stared it down.
Lyle's going to Euro step right around Coonan. Block from behind. Send that one out of bounds.
There was no doubt that one was blocked, right? Holy moly. But jammed that thing down the kid's throat.
So number 1, Colin Fritz will return. He's got 4, so he's got to be smart. Sam Hush will return to the bench for BW.
It's been a tough night for Colin. You know, he got in foul trouble, hasn't really got in the flow. So let's hopefully he can get a good little streak going here.
Absolutely. He's a player that always seems to be right around the top 3 in points per game for the Hawks since he was a freshman. Very capable scorer right around the basket.
He's a fantastic kid to coach. There's no question about that. He's a competitor. There's no doubt.
He stays in front of Wilson there. Nice take once again by Belisle. Too greedy on the pass though. Fired up ahead to Opsy. Bounce pass to Fritz. Back to Opsy.
Nice. Very unselfish basketball.
Dished Van Someren on the baseline. No good.
Maybe too unselfish. They probably should have taken the. I think we had a layup.
Back and forth these two teams go. No score in the last couple possessions. Euro from Opsy up, and he'll be fouled and go to the free throw line after he gets up.
Just a glimpse of Keegan's explosion in athleticism.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of nights he's on the floor. He's the best athlete on the floor.
You're 100% correct. He's shown that as a basketball player here at the Varsity level for the last 3 years. And
get in.
First free throw is going to do everything but fall for Opsy.
And, you know, Keegan obviously had a terrific high school football career. You know, all-conference player, multiple years, and, you know, really enjoyed working with Keegan.
Yep. Big piece of the conference championship team in 2019 as a sophomore.
Yes, he played a big role there.
And yeah,
Played a lot of big downs up on King Field, no doubt.
absolutely. He's going to make the second. He'll take a break. He's just about tired out. 7 minutes to play here, right about 7 minutes between the Hawks and the Saints. Hawks 18-point lead. That lead continues to swell.
Good D.
Absolutely. Oye will cross over but lose his footing. Hawks will get possession right back.
Yep.
Aggressive hands there from Oye. That will be team foul number 6 for the Saints. So Hawks on the next foul will be in the bonus. We're going to have another timeout from the Saints, down 18. I'm going to take this time to thank all of our sponsors here at Blackhawk TV, Schaefer Financial Services, Blackhawk Garage Doors, Anytime Fitness, Pete's Construction, Baldwin Light Cream, Auto Appeal, O'Connell Funeral Homes, Fenner and Jewelers, First Bank of Baldwin, Charlotte Heimer for Aflac, Crystal Orthodontics, TMS Auto, Village Pharmacy, Firehelm Langer, Timmerman Realty, St. Croix Garage Door, Wisconsin, Credit Union, CW Garage Door Distribution, Nielsen's Food, Strikers Lanes, Flagship Ford, A-Star Concrete, Precision Excavating, Precision Truck Service, and American Family Insurance agent Justin Nygaard. Thank you, sponsors.
That's neat. You got, terrific community support around here, and that's cool.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of Blackhawk TV. I think it's great that we can offer this for, folks who can't make it.
Absolutely. Yeah, obviously, Jeremy did a really nice job getting that going last year with the COVID situation, and it's carried over nicely into being able to offer a streaming service for the Ball and Woodville community all year round, really. So Hawks looking to close this one out there, doing in large part what they wanted to do tonight. Big lead now at 18. Trying to close away. Good feed from Werner.
Great pass.
He hits the deck.
Best pass of the night right there.
And who's there?
Ooh, I thought that was
Walker with the steal.
Another nice
Quick
one.
pass down to Hush, and that's 2 more. Hawks lead will swell to 22, 58-36, making a statement here. You mentioned earlier, Coach Kiefer, it was time for a statement on the scoreboard. They have done that, as under 6 minutes to play, Hawks up 22.
Yeah, really nice sequence there.
All geared by effort.
Good energy.
Yep. Sharing the ball. Good team basketball. Coonan takes a well-deserved break. No rest for St. Croix Falls, though, as Van Somen replaces him. Van Somen with 12 of his own points tonight. Done a lot of hard work near the basket. Rebound collected by Fritz. Hush will be fouled by number 21, that's Rutledge. So Sam Hush is going to shoot the 1-and-1 for the Hawks. First one no good, but nice tip out there from Fritz. And the Hawks will set things back up. Be interesting to see if Coach Benoit digs a little deeper into that bench.
Yeah, I would bet he will.
Good ball movement by the Hawks, good patience considering the situation. Nice take there from Fritz.
Fritzy.
Quiet on offense for most of the night. Last couple possessions, Fritz getting involved, scoring and distributing. Hawks at 60 now. No good for Belial. Hawks leads at 24. They're looking to continue to pour it on here against the Saints. Werner's going to draw a foul, attacking the basket. He's going to go to the free throw line for the 1-on-1.
Yeah, I would agree. I would bet we're going to see some faces that we don't always see here in a couple minutes, I would hope.
Some well-deserved rest for this main group. Big road win at Prescott last week. Like we mentioned, they're looking for win number 9 in a row tonight, which would match Coach Fenoy's longest streak since the early 2010s. Last week they also took care of business here at home against Osceola with a 24-point win.
Do you remember what year they had the last time that happened? Was it 2010 or 2011? Or
I believe it was the win
12?
2011-2012 school year.
Okay.
Coach Benoit's son, Ryan Benoit's senior year. I think that team, they were conference champs, I know.
That was a nice team.
Yeah, they were very good. Tyler Heitman, Zach
Yeah,
Adiman.
Heitman, Adiman.
Idris, Alaru, Derek Wire, Andy Jacobson were some other names on that team that, yeah, they were dangerous.
Yeah, they had a lot of good athletes that could defend there too.
Yep, and Logan Wire as well as a freshman.
Yeah, I remember Logan, sure.
Jared Garrett's names go on and on. Unfortunately for Ryan Benoit, who is one of the better basketball players we've seen here, 1,000-point scorer, he injured his knee late in that season, and that kind of deflated the team a little bit. Looks like we're going to get some substitutions here. We're going to get some JV standouts. Number 20, Elijah Heimer. 14, Reese Guthrie. 22, Fern Denzer. And I believe it's number 11, Evan Clausen.
Yeah, you talk about kids being successful. You got Ryan Benoit, he's a doctor.
Yeah.
And, obviously was a great student and happy for his success.
Absolutely. Hawks continue to push. Hush will have that one tipped away from behind, though, by Rutledge. Saints will give that one away. And Mansoman will sky in. Hawks lead at 37, the largest of the night, under 3 minutes to go.
Boy, this thing got out of hand.
It absolutely did. Couldn't quite stop the bleeding, could the Saints, and it's continued. Hawks lead approaching 30. We're gonna get a couple subs.
All right, who's the first new Blackhawk in to take a shot?
Well,
I'm gonna go with Fern Denzer.
yeah, he was feeling it during the JV contest. That's a good bet. That's a good bet.
And he was stroking it in the JV game.
He did really well at that JV game. The Hawks pulled out the win. It continues their winning streak here at home.
It's really good when you can get your guys in. It's good for morale. It just makes everybody feel better.
Yeah.
Get a chance to play varsity minutes.
Sam Hush will command the troops out there, get everything organized for BW. Working hard on the post is Ferndenzer. A little bit too hard, though, and he's going to get called for the foul. And the Saints will get possession back. And now for the Saints, 30, Cullen Gatton. He's a senior, and 34. Also in 22, that's Aiden Mater. He's a sophomore. And number 12, Brandon Walk. Corner 3, 34 in and out. Good rebound there from Hush. Corner 3, Heimer. He wants it. No good on that one.
Guthrie.
Nice rebound there by Guthrie. He's going to get a rebound, put back opportunity. Laughing at himself, but he's going to get a chance to take a couple free throws, continue to build that lead. And it's safe to say under 2 minutes to go, Hawks will go to 12-3 on the year. They will stay at 6-2 in conference, all by themselves in third place behind St. Croix Central and Prescott. Saints will fall to 7-8, 5-7 in the heart of the North. They're right around the middle of the pack in the conference up north.
I think it's pretty easy to see that the Blackhawks are definitely improving. I mean, I think of the team that lost to Central here on this very floor early in the season. They look like a completely different bunch right now.
Yep, and they're going to travel to St. Croix Central in a couple weeks here, and I think they are. Nice corner three there from number 34. Their eyes are set on revenge.
I would expect they will be ready to go, and that's an understatement.
As they
Fern Denzer
corner three, no good. They need some help, but with one more conference loss from Prescott, the BW boys will control their own destiny down the stretch, and not only could have a chance to compete for a co-champ in the Middle Border Conference, but for a high seed in the WIAA playoff bracket, which is hugely valuable, especially as the heart of the North teams will come into the bracket and have to do some traveling, hopefully here to Baldwin-Woodville High School. Under a minute to go, right around 40 seconds to play. Hawks up by 25. Thank you for joining us here tonight on Blackhawk TV.
Nice pass.
Nice dish into Guthrie. And Guthrie's going to go right back to the free throw line. There it is for Guthrie. He'll hold the follow through. Hawks total at 68. 24, Cale Borkert getting some run here for the Saints. Guthrie will make both. 69-42. Hawks lead at 37. Under 30 seconds to go. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, Coach Kiefer. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has been. It's been a fun game to watch. Good performance by the Blackhawks. Love to see this streak continue.
Like you mentioned earlier, a lot of programs throughout the school having a lot of success this winter. And Evan Clausen is going to hold this one till the buzzer. So 69-42, the Blackhawks prevail over the St. Croix Falls Saints in this non-conference matchup. Thank you for joining us once again here on Blackhawk TV. We will see you next time. We'll have some games coming up here, both boys and girls hoops. But once again, thanks for coming. For Coach Kiefer, Zach Ambrose, and myself, Jordan Lehman, we'll see you next time here. Thanks.